Hi, my name is Goldman, and I'm an attorney with Goldman & Associates. And today I'd like to talk about how you prepare to come into our office in order to have a successful consult regarding your divorce. Well, in order to prepare for that, it's very important that you have available at your fingertips the information that the court will need, and therefore that your attorneys will need in order to evaluate your case. So what does that mean? It means, number one, you should have a list of your assets. You should at least come prepared to discuss, at least in general terms at that first meeting, what the assets are. Do you have a home? Do you have multiple homes? Are there other assets such as stocks and bonds, mutual funds, money in the bank, 401k, IRA? You should be able to at least tell us, these are the things that I have. Now, you may not know exactly what's in them. You may not know the exact amount. You probably get statements every month. So when the next statements come, you'll want to make sure to get copies of those and send them to us. But of course, it will be helpful. As to the house, you may not know the value of the house. We can certainly look up and determine general values, but if it's a real dispute, we'll probably have to have it professionally appraised so we can figure out what's the value of the house, what's the equity in the house, and how to divide it. So it's very helpful if you have a list of your assets. It's also helpful if you have a list of your liabilities. You know, when we handle a case, we don't just disperse assets, we got to distribute liabilities too. We got to retire debt. So that means we have to know, are there expenses? Are there debts? Visa, MasterCard, IRS, medical bill, any of these things, we've got to know that too. Again, we don't have to have them for the first meeting calculated to the penny, but we do have to know at least the general categories. I have student loan. We owe the IRS this. My Visa bill is about 15 grand. These are the kinds of things that lawyers need to know as they determine ultimate strategy and what direction your case is going to go. Another thing that becomes very important is if you have children. We want to talk about issues relating to custody, parenting time, child support, so these things become important too. So in evaluating that, we have to know, what are your goals? Do you want to share the custody with your wife? Do you want to give her the full run of it and you're going to have shared decision-making power? Do you want to take the custody from her or him? These are things that are important to know in your first meeting because it's going to very much determine what direction we go in this case and how we handle it. Do we ask the court for immediate court orders, for example, as soon as we file? Do we hold off on that? Are we taking a more aggressive approach? Are we taking a more benign approach? These are all the things that lawyers need to evaluate, and if you come in and you are prepared to discuss these categories, you'll save yourself a lot of time and you'll have a much clearer direction of where you're going. Remember, you don't want your lawyer to have to guess this, okay? And while your lawyer has a lot of experience, you want to participate in the general strategy that is going to be utilized. And in order to do that in any meaningful way, these are the kinds of things that you should have prepared. If you have any questions about this, obviously reach out to us. If you have found this helpful, please like and share.